Hey guys, you're watching Pure Delusion. My name's Clayton. Today we're going to be talking about the Ray Tensing trial, the retrial that's going on. Today's June 20th. So they're expecting a verdict tomorrow on the 21st. So stay tuned. I'm going to give my thoughts and predictions on what's going to happen, and we're going to talk a little bit about what's been going on in the case since my last update. Stay tuned. Alright guys, thanks for watching this. This is something I'm pretty passionate about. You know, I work in the public sector. A lot of the people I work with are very passionate about this. A lot of my friends. So, I'm very interested and curious in this case. Now, the last time I talked to you about this case, I said Leslie Giz is incompetent, and here's why. So, it's funny that the prosecution had evidence that, I believe the number was 80%. 80% of all Ray Tensing's traffic stops were all African Americans. So of course the prosecutor, Teager, who I'm extremely impressed with by the way, he wanted to use this evidence and show to the jury that Ray Tensing had a racial bias. What do you think Leslie Giz did? She said the evidence was not permissible. Huh, and people say a judge doesn't influence a case, only the jury can decide. Well, that's strange, because that seems pretty damn relevant. When you have a Confederate flag shirt on, you shoot a black person in the head, 80% of your traffic stops are black people. That seems 1 + 1 = 2, you know what I mean? It all adds up. But apparently to Leslie Giz, not allowed to use that in the courtroom as evidence. Let's see, what else am I going to talk about here? Luckily, Leslie Giz did allow autopsy photos to be shown to the jury. Of course, Ray Tensing and his attorney didn't want that shown. I wonder why. Because you shot a man point blank in his head. Let's talk about some of these other tweets. So on June 15th, yesterday the coroner testified that Sam Dubose was dead before his foot hit the gas pedal. So that whole testimony right there discredits Ray Tensing's argument that he was being dragged and that Sam Dubose was driving away, because Sam Dubose was dead before his foot could ever hit the pedal. So, what else can I say about this? Well, the prediction. So obviously, I live in Cincinnati. I pay attention to a lot of the police shootings, you know, when a police kills unarmed African Americans, usually men. So, you know, I like to follow this type of stuff, and I have a feeling we all know what the outcome's going to be, because we've just saw it in the Philando Castile trial. Geronimo Yanez, the cop that killed Philando Castile, got off innocent. So, what do I think is going to happen? Well, I think we're all going to be sorely disappointed like we usually are. The way the system's set up, it's not set up for police to be found guilty. It's set up to, you know, hurt minorities. I think it's safe to say that the justice system in our country is severely broken. Innocent until proven guilty. Well, for regular citizens, I feel like it's the opposite, you know, guilty until proven innocent. And for police officers, it's quite the opposite. They actually get the benefit of the doubt 9 times out of 10, and they get to go scot-free. So, I'm sure he'll be found innocent. That's my prediction. I really don't have a lot of hope in the system, in our justice system. I think, you know, somebody asked me today at work, do you think people are going to riot here in Cincinnati? Wouldn't surprise me. This is pretty cut and dry. You have an incompetent police officer who pulls over African Americans at a higher rate. You know, 80% of his traffic stops are African Americans. He's clearly got a racial bias. He's wearing Confederate flags underneath his uniform. So, to me, if they riot, if they protest, I mean, obviously, peaceful protests is what needs to occur. If they riot, will I be surprised? No. And it's like, do I blame them? Not really, because here's the thing. What else are they supposed to do? You know, just be like, oh, there's another one that got away from us. Maybe next time. No. So if they riot, you know, why would we be surprised? And I think it would be very easy for us to understand why people riot, because this case is so disturbing, and anybody who watched the video should be pretty clear to you what happened. A man was murdered by a police officer. So I look forward, I'll make a video tomorrow discussing the verdict. You know, I'm kind of at a loss for words right now because, you know, it's the same old story. We've been through this time and time again. A cop shoots an unarmed black man. You know, they get off innocent because they feared for their life. So, you know, most people don't get that benefit of the doubt. You know, black people are afraid, probably fear for their lives every time they interact with a police officer. Anytime a cop fears for their life, they get to kill you. So, that's all I got for you guys. You know, this might be controversial, but that's how I feel. You know, this just thinking about this case brings up a lot of emotions in me. And I'm just kind of talking off the cuff right now. I really don't have any, I didn't really plan this episode out, but I wanted to make this episode, you know, just to get my thoughts out there. I guess you could say it's kind of like a vlog. Alright, well, hit that subscribe button, you know, if you like hearing my liberal commentary. If you want the update tomorrow on the Sam Dubose, the Ray Tensing verdict. But yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment. You know, if you want to argue with me, feel free. I like to argue. But alright, thanks a lot, guys. See ya.